Alrighty, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Welcome to another live stream. We've seen so much volatility today after hours. We're going to be talking about what's going on, why we're seeing the S&P 500, sell off over 3%. The NASDAQ selling off. What's going on? How can you trade? How can you invest during these times? So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. And if you guys want to learn more about trading and investing during these times, check out our school. It's awesome. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, but more importantly, we actually teach you to trade, and we have an awesome sale going on for 51% off. Code SPRING25. It's a spring sale, an early spring sale. We only have 6 spots left, so make sure you guys check that out, and let's get started. Here, I just got to get my phone up and we can get going here. All right, so what on earth is going on? Why are we getting so much selling pressure? So you guys can see the general S&P 500, the general market here sold off after hours, going from 524 all the way down to what looks like 500, and found some support there, which is kind of common because hundreds and 50s will act as a little bit of a harder support, harder resistance. But anyways, what's going on? So like I said, that huge sell-off is because of this here. So right now, President Trump imposed a 10% base tariff on all international imports. And as we look at it here, you can actually see what other countries charge us. And you guys can see like China charges what looks like 67%. So we're going 34. European Union, they charge us 39. We're going 20. So as we look at this, a lot of these are obviously these are reciprocal tariffs. So any country that tariffs us, we're kind of just going, all right, well, we're going to tariff you back, right? So the market did not like this, causing this huge sell-off. So everybody's main question is this going to cause a crash? And obviously no one can predict the future, but one of the things we can do and understand is looking back at history, right? History tends to repeat itself. So what I mean by this is a stock market correction is kind of where we're at right now, right? This is where the general market sells off about 10%. So right now, I personally think that we are entering a correction. Normal, healthy. And the reason I say normal and healthy is as we zoom out, we've pretty much been on a nonstop roar of buying pressure since about October of 2022. So about almost a little less than 3 years of buying pressure. Now, corrections happen every 1 to 2 years. So this little dip down, a little sell off of 10% is normal, is healthy. So I do think that's the pro to this. Another pro right now, don't be scared. Unless you guys plan on retiring in the next 14 months, none of you should be worried. None of you. And this is why. Let me show you this. So this right here is the general the market when the S&P 500 is down 25% or more since 1950. Okay, so we've seen some rough sell-off, right? In the early 70s, a sell-off of 48%. The '08 crash of, where the market sold off 56%. All right, now, during this time, yes, it is rough. There's fear. There's all the emotions you can face with the marketplace, okay? Now, look what happens 1 year later. 1 year later, the average return is 21%. So, meaning if you would just invest like crazy during this time, this could represent probably one of the best investments, the best time to invest in the last decade, right? The previous best time obviously was the 2022 crash. There was a 2020 crash. So like these happen, and I personally think that media blows this stuff way out of proportion of what it needs to be. Like, yes, we are sacrificing a little bit of a dip down for possible future, success and a better economy. That's Trump's plan. So, as we look at these here, you guys can kind of see new sweeping tariffs coming in. President Trump has declared a national economic emergency and announced tariffs of at least 10% across all countries, with rates going even higher for 60 countries seemed the worst offenders, according to White House officials. So, I can't predict if we're going to enter a crash. Nobody can. No one can. But what we can do is just look back and understand history. History doesn't lie. So, what should you do? Well, for me, the first thing you should do is not stop investing. Like we talked about, historically, the best time to invest is during these rough times, during the, where the market sells off. And another thing I want to show you is this. This is what we call the fear and greed index. Okay? Historically, you want to invest when there's extreme fear. Okay? And look at that. Extreme fear. This historically represents the best time. You want to invest when there's fear and you want to sell when there's greed. All right, let's get back to here. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask about anything that we talk about. So what stocks am I buying? What stocks am I looking at? So obviously, the first thing is VU, of course. Another thing, SCHD. Charles Schwab dividend ETF. I'm definitely going to pick up some shares of this. I've invested into this for a long time. But the reason I love this is historically, dividend stocks during times of uncertainty don't sell off as much. So SCHD, tracks and holds some of the best dividend stocks. Verizon, Coca-Cola, Cisco, PepsiCo or Pepsi, all the dividend icons are in this. Okay. And historically, like I said, during times of uncertainty, so if we zoom out, yes, we see that 2020 crash. I think everything sold off, but there was also another crash, if you guys remember, like I showed you in 2022. And look at this. Right? A little dip down, nothing crazy. And that's historically what we want. We want to balance out our portfolio, keep things going well. So you can see the market, or this ETF, sold off 31%. The general market sold off about 36%. So it will save you some money. You'll get some dividends. You'll get some cash flow. And that's one thing I am doing. Another thing. Another stock that I'm holding, another stocks that I'm looking at, blue chip, well-established companies with good balance sheets like Visa, right? Visa, yes, sold off like crazy. Actually, we're probably still like up pretty decent on this, but nevertheless here, this one here, Visa, one of the reasons I love this is as we look at the fundamentals, right? As we look at these fundamentals, we can see, let's go ahead and we can go to the financial statement. Look at this. Revenue's up, operating profits up, the gross profit up, the net profit up. But the profit margin for Visa is at over 50%. So what that means is if we ever go through a hard time with Visa, they have enough cash, they generate enough profit to continue to grow, reinvest into the business. And if you guys are watching, make sure you guys smash that like button. It means the world to me, so do that right now. You won't regret it. Also, another thing, everybody asks me all the time what broker I use and which one I have up. The broker I use is Moomoo, and I'll put a link to them right in the chat so you guys can sign up if you want to start investing. So, yes, I'm looking at SCHD, VU, Visa. Also, don't be surprised if you see me pick up some shares of Meta. Meta sold off. And another one, QQQ, the NASDAQ ETF. This thing got absolutely obliterated, selling off 4.37 and continuing to get, sell off, right? As we look at this this thing is selling off even more and more. So I'm gonna be picking up some shares of this, of course, and I just think the best strategy is to do nothing. Understand the course. Unless you guys plan on retiring, then it's a different story. So yes, QQQ will definitely be added to my portfolio. Also, GLD, a gold ETF. Look at this. People freak out. Oh my gosh, why are you buying this? Well, look at this. Gold historically during times of uncertainty perform very, very, very well. So you can see gold. I'm definitely going to be buying some more gold. I've been averaging in for the past couple of months, given the volatility. And so, yes, we have some GLD. Now, for all the traders out there, what should you do? Just stay the course, right? Stay the course. We sold out of GLD earlier today. And so now we're just continuing to hold these and we'll just continue to average down. It's not that big of a deal. People in the media make it worse than it is, honestly. And if you understand just the basics of investing, you guys will be fine. You will be. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll pull up this because some of you guys always like looking at this because it is very interesting here. And this is why I don't get shaken out of stocks, is because of the data behind it, right? So, but yeah, everybody always asks, is Trump crashing the market on purpose? And I think right now the market is just not his concern. And is that good, bad? Well, there's a couple of things you guys need to know. So a lot of the government debt is due to be refinanced this year. What is one way where you guys can get interest rates to fall? Well, one of the ways is to crash the market. And obviously, we'll see what happens though. That's obviously a lot more speculation. There's no one that will know other than him. So, but yeah, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed the live. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to check out our school where you guys can learn how to find undervalued stocks, how to trade during these times. So we'll see you guys. Hope you guys